Hey, good morning. Happy Wednesday. You're watching Vail Daily Live. I'm your host here in the studio, Ashley LaFleur. We have Trisha and Neil this morning, and good news, making my way into the studio, a little bit less haze in the sky today. So that's great to see. We had some nice rain come through Eagle last night. So refreshing. And I think it definitely helped to, just dampen things a little bit. And we have more rain in the forecast, which we'll get to a little bit later on. But great show in store for you. So we're going to be, heading out in the field with Trisha and Ty and kind of catching up with them and their adventures. But we also have some great interviews on the show today. So, first of all, if you are looking for a job with benefits, we have some insight into some jobs that are available now with Vail Resorts. And then we also have, of course, some great events that are happening, some live music that's going on. We're going to be catching up with some of the people from Bravo Vail. We also have the Creekside dinners that are taking place at the Hyatt in Vail are just phenomenal. I mean, talk about a really decadent experience. So we'll get more details about the one that's coming up here shortly and how you can get involved with that. And then, of course, we're going to have a look at your local weather forecast and your headlines, which, today I've been kind of consumed by just, catching up and reading the paper this morning. And there's some juicy stuff in there. So I'll tell you all about that as well. And if you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, please make sure to join the conversation. We'd love to hear from you and find out where you're watching from, what you're up to, what you have questions about. We want to make sure that we are involving you in the show. And that's probably one of the coolest things about Vail Daily Live is that we actually get to interact with you. And make sure to subscribe as well. So that way you get those alerts, when we're going live, and you can be part of the fun each and every day with us. So if you're not aware, also, we are available on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on Apple TV. We're also a podcast on Spotify. So if you're driving somewhere or maybe you're just getting out for a walk or a hike and you want to take us with you, you can do that on Spotify. So many different ways to consume Vail Daily Live. But I think we should probably kind of kick things off by heading out into the field. So should we go to Trisha or Ty first? Let's go Trisha. So we were just catching up. Good morning, Trisha. Oh, love that jacket. So is it pretty cool in Vail right now?
You know what? I thought it'd be a little warmer, so I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'm not gonna wear a big jacket, but it's a little cooler. I think the humidity is up, so it feels just a little bit cooler up here. Henry, my cameraman, and I were just talking about that, like, oh, we almost didn't wear a jacket, but we've got cloud cover. We're all in the 50s up and down the valley, low to mid 50s in Eagle, Avon, Vale, and Edwards right now. And we're gonna have that cloud cover stick with us today, but it's feeling pretty good. There's really no wind, not a lot of wind this morning.
Nice. And, Trisha, I also just really quickly want to say hi and good morning to James, who's watching from Northwest Arkansas. So, hi, James. Good morning. I'm so curious to hear how it is in Arkansas right now. I'm guessing it's a little bit warmer than what we're seeing. But, Trisha, you are a busy lady. And, typically, like a lot of us, like we get done with work and like we go home, do our things. No. Nope, not you. You're like on the move constantly. What were you doing last night?
Well, so last night I was part of the Stars variety show. I was not performing. I don't have any talent in that realm, but I was the MC for the event, and this was for the Vail Valley Foundation's Youth Power 365. Ashley, we normally have the Star Dancing Gala every single year. It started in 2009. Me and Martha Brassel and some other people, we danced in the inaugural event
Oh.
at the Jet Center many years ago. And when they had to decide if they were going to have this event or not, which raises so much money, it was during COVID. And they're like, wow, people dancing cheek to cheek, that sort of thing, probably not a good idea. So they decided to put a casting call out to various acts, a lot of them just solo acts, to either, say jokes, sing, poetry, dance. So we had a lot of variety in this variety show last night. About 10 different acts came out and performed. It was at the amphitheater, and there were some groups that had dinner right there on the stage. There were other groups that had dinner dine-arounds at various restaurants, and then they all walked over together. And then we kicked off the show. We raised a lot of money for Youth Power 365 once again, but it was really neat to see the acts and to realize what kind of talent we have in the valley. We had one youngster. He's a sixth grader at Vail Mountain School, Alexander Stewart, and he was telling jokes. The guy's delivery was perfect. His timing was great. I mean, watch out, comedian world! Like he's coming after you. So it was
Could
fun
you
to be a part of that.
I mean, could you imagine also, like, being a comedian and how hard that is? So if he's pulling that off in 6th grade,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah,
that's
yeah. So
awesome.
he had a lot of funny things, and then we had the Talking in Circles band. I know that they've been hitting the scene lately. We actually had Steve Coyer, who's the educational chair at Youth Power 365. He and his wife Amy were one of the sponsors of the event last night. He sang with um, Ana Maria Montez, and she's the Dollars for Scholars scholarship recipient this year. So she's a great product, a great example of what Youth Power 365 can do from cradle to career. She will be heading to CSU in the fall. So they sang a duet, two duets together. And it was so heartwarming to see these two on stage singing and to see where these dollars go and how they help individuals, how they help families, and they really make dreams come true.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm so glad that that you were involved so you could tell us all about it. And I think it's just the amazing things that happen here in Vail, like kind of behind the scenes. I love that that can be part of our show too, where we get to talk about like all these different ways that we're really helping to bring up that next generation in Vail, which there's some struggles out there that people don't necessarily realize because it is so beautiful here. And speaking of being so beautiful, Trisha, I think we should probably talk about what's happening with our weather today. And really quickly, I wanted to bring James back in from Arkansas. So he was just telling us, so 90s and humidity. He just got back from Vail, and you like the temperature here. Yes, James, I think you're not alone with that. And thanks for your channel. Thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning, James. It's awesome. We love having you. But so Trisha, when it comes to our weather for today, so you're saying that it's cloudy out there. So what are we looking at for that weather?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's a solid, pretty much sheet of clouds. I see the sun peeking up. Hey, I gotta just ask James from Arkansas if he's heard of the band if he's heard of the band Arkansas, because
Oh,
they're playing tonight at Beaver Creek.
oh,
Or
yeah, yeah, James. Yeah, let us
Arkansas,
know. Arkansas. Awesome.
Ar-
Okay, so cloudy, you can see a little bit of sun.
yeah, and really no wind. It's a nice mild morning, but not blue skies. It's just all clouds right now, all clouds.
Nice. And I know I was kind of looking at things for later on this afternoon. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of rain. And I know you're going to be heading over to Bedridge to talk to Lance today. And they're actually the ones that are providing us this look at our local weather forecast. And I mean, talk about some beautiful, beautiful scenes over at Bedridge, right? Like out of
Oh,
control.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think the weather won't be as beautiful as Betteridge's store because
I
we
mean,
have cloud cover and we do have a chance of rain this afternoon. We'll see that roll in, probably mid to late afternoon, and a pretty good chance. So I think it's good, nice. It'll be a good soak. It's what we need. Temperature wise, staying really mild today too. It's not going to get too hot. It's so funny, Ashley. We're so fickle. We're like, it's too hot. Oh, now it's too dry. Like we're just a bunch of complainers. So we should just be thankful for what we're getting. It's not inappropriate weather, it's inappropriate clothing. So just dress for it and you'll be good to go.
yeah, seriously, I really want to borrow that jacket at some point. Really love it, loving that on you. Looks so good. Well, I'll let you and Henry kind of cruise around the village, get reset, and show off all of that beautiful scenery in Vale Village, especially for people like James that just left and want to see what it's still looking like and what's going on. But we also have Ty Diaz on the show this morning, a man about town. This guy is always on the move. Ty, there you are. I see you in Avon. How is it feeling out there?
If I were to choose a different temperature of porridge right now, I would say this one feels just right. But here at Avon Possibilities Plaza, the possibilities of Avon, I'm standing in the heart of where you can find sculptures like the one in the center median here, as well as areas of sculptures located in our roundabouts, and also Avon, the heart of the valley. That's where I'm standing right here near in the banking district. And weather-wise, it feels really good. 51 degrees, that's what they're calling for right now in field. We're starting to see some traffic picking up in these roundabouts areas. We're seeing the ride taxi coming through here, people making their way to work, maybe making their way to their hikes. Then why take a cab, right? Well, let's think about what's happening today. Between 11 and 4 o'clock, not too far from where I'm standing, on the Main Street Mall here, also known as Possibility Plaza, you can catch local artists. You can also catch some live music. And if you continue that peruse through the plaza, making your way into Avon, you'll also catch Avon Live. But today's featured artist is Lori Dunn. What she does is that she takes interesting photographs of insects and creates a unique collage and some sculptures with her digital work that brings into aspects of meditation through her digital collage. So don't miss out today on the artist feature during the Possibilities Plaza window of time, 11 and 4 a.m. right here in the heart of Avon. You'll also find 10 to 25 booths of art, and again, feature artists every week right here in Avon. And like I also mentioned, it's going to be a musician. I'm probably standing in a noisy location here. There you go.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
nice.
Thank you for making everything beautiful. You're just fine. You're just fine. Yeah, this is normal. Yeah, this is like behind the scenes. Yes, this is behind the scenes. Like if you were to go to like a movie set or something, when all the magic happens behind the scenes. We're just sharing with you that view this morning here in Avon. Yes.
my gosh.
Anything else for you, Ashley?
Oh, it's I know. I love the fact of right. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen to be that beautiful just by itself, right? It takes a lot of work to make that happen. But really cool. I'm excited to
Someone's got to
learn.
do the job. Someone's got
Yeah.
to do the job, and he showed up for work. Speaking of jobs out there.
Yes, he did. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long we get before he fires that thing up and we can't hear you anymore. Is anybody honking out there while you're standing there next to the roundabout?
Uh,
Anybody waving at you?
well, I tell you what. If I were to do one of these, let's see what happens. Remember when we were kids? Let's see some cars going by. No one's honking. I'm trying. I got a wave. I'm not sure which finger that was, but anyway, just kidding. Just kidding. But taking a look at Beaver Creek right now, there's the clouds, a little bit of the haze still in the atmosphere coming from those fires just west of us, the western states. But otherwise, temperature-wise for here, fantastic. But if you think about this, Ashley, tell me if you notice with the smoke that's coming through, how gorgeous the sunsets are, and if the sunrise in the morning, the way that sun and the smoke, the haze in the air are captured. Very interesting perspective that we're living by. It's like we're on Mars or something.
Right. Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially, on Monday, it really did look like Mars with with the way that the smoke was settling in the valley and then the sun. It was kind of this orange hint. But that's not what I'm seeing out there. When I was on my way in this morning, I was pleasantly surprised that that really wasn't necessarily the case. And then you can't smell the wildfire, smell. It's just that smoke is just kind of settled, but it doesn't have a smell to it.
It's a unique sensitivity. I was trying to explain to Trisha the other day. I think it was Saturday or Sunday. We were co-hosting the show together in the studio, and I was mentioning to her how I was picking up the eye burning as soon as the haze came through, and that was Saturday morning, waking up into Friday when we were just newly within our 24 hours of stage 1, reducing our fire restrictions to that, and then waking up the next morning and spending the day outside. I picked up the eyes burning, but Trisha said she didn't pick up on that. Did you pick up any unique sensitivity?
I feel like my eyes are kind of sensitive up here regardless, but especially like the last 2 days, I can tell that like they're like a little bit more itchy and yeah,
Oh yeah.
definitely was picking up on that. Well, I'm excited to see if we get some honks for you today, Ty, and thank you so much for being out there so we can
It's
see
getting
what's going
busy. I'm
on.
going to get out of the crosswalk.
Yeah. Get nice and safe. We want to keep you around for the show and much longer. So thank you so much for all of that great information about what's happening in Avon. So we'll be checking in with Ty throughout the show. But again, just a reminder, like James this morning, please let us know where you are, where you're watching from, what's going on. If you have any questions, we want to make sure that we're tailoring this show to you because that's the cool part about this show. We get to be interactive. So again, if you're on Facebook or on YouTube, you can use that chat feature and communicate with us as we go along this journey on our Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live. We're going to take a quick break, and then coming up next, we have your headlines.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for you. for life.
Just taking a quick little coffee break. Big thank you to Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. If you haven't been over to their new location in Beaver Creek, really, really cool to see. I mean, I think a lot of us, especially because the pandemic, really appreciate those local businesses and those the local owners have been working so hard to keep their businesses open for the last year. And so to see Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea take over a spot that was previously inhabited by a national chain is really, really exciting. And of course, not only did they just, take over the spot, but their products are so good. Their coffees are delicious. Their teas are delicious. They have a huge variety of loose leaf tea. So if you, years ago, I was kind of had this nasty Diet Coke habit. That's what I would drink in the morning because I didn't like coffee. And I was introduced to loose leaf teas, and that's ultimately what got me away from that. And so it's amazing, like some of the varieties, and then of course just the taste is just it's so much bigger than what you might find in just like a regular tea bag. But they have been in this business since the late 80s, and they have put so much passion and so much effort behind each and every one of the things that they offer on their menus. So if you haven't had a chance, go on in right there in between the escalators in Beaver Creek, and then they also have their roastery in Minturn. You can get that like cool latte art. You can also get some breakfast empanadas, and they have some smoothies on the menu for this summer. So really, really cool company and delicious. So thank you so much to them. Now we should talk about your Vail Daily headlines. So of course, you can pick these guys up in the blue boxes all the way from Vail to Cerro. I was informed earlier this week they have those boxes down there, totally free each and every day. Or if you're not with us, like maybe you're like James, you're watching in Arkansas, you can log on to vaildaily.com and you can check out the e-edition. So in the paper today, I'm going to tell you, I was definitely captivated this morning. So as we kind of flip into the first page, you'll see, on that the watching and learning, what they're talking about is that the wolf reintroduction happened so quickly in Montana and Idaho that the states are now expanding hunting, and so they really go into depth into what Colorado can learn about wolves. So this starts on page A2 and continues throughout the paper, but fascinating read. And I know that this is something that everybody has an opinion about, and they seem to be very intense opinions. So if you would like to learn more about this discussion, highly recommend checking out this article. Now, then, as we kind of move on from wolves, something else that has been very highly contentious and very, very much talked about, Avon votes to withdraw the appeal of the recall election. So the vote comes 3 weeks after the town council originally voted to appeal the decision handed down by District Court Judge Russell H. Granger. So again, if you've been following our local politics, you know that this has been in the paper quite a bit. So if you would like to learn the latest and greatest on that, that's going to be on page A3. And then as we keep on rolling, something else that has been really big is fishing. We've had some closures that have been taking place because the temperatures of the waters and also because of the flows. And so the fishing closure was lifted on portions of the upper Colorado River. We're going to get into more details about that with your fly fishing report a little bit later on. But again, if you want to get that scoop before we talk about that, page A4 of the paper today. And then moving on to page A5, smoke expected to be visible from the Sylvan fire. So, however, the large amount of smoke across Western Colorado is coming from other states, but they give us kind of an update on where the Sylvan fire is and what's going on with the containment. So, just a fascinating read today in the Vail Daily. So, pick one up, or again, log on to vaildaily.com to get access to that e-edition. But we should talk about what's happening with that weather. And again, we've been talking about seeing that wildfire smoke. And Ty was just out there in Avon kind of giving us a look at that morning commute. And yep, still pretty busy out there, Ty, huh?
So what I've done, Ashley, I've gone from one roundabout to the other, but I left my sponsorship and rundown about the show a roundabout away. You ever walk away and leave your keys, your phone, your wallet, that
Oh,
drill?
yeah.
Well, I have to
Yeah.
add VDL rundown to that list of things to not leave behind. But here's what we're looking at right now. Weather-wise, brought to you by the town of Avon, the heart of the valley. Oh, I know this one. Yeah, it's where I am. And here's what we're finding. right here, the artwork and sculptures that you can find in the heart of Avon. This one is called Sunrise, Sunset, Saw Blade. I'm reading the signage, they're all around town. $22,000 if you'd like to have this in your home. Now, let's get on to the weather. We're finding 51 degrees, noticing the flag points, breeze in the air today, and weather-wise, keeping the clouds and some haze in our atmosphere. That's what we're finding. But yet, a comfortable start to the morning. Early this morning, we can already find families, maybe a party of five, right, group? Five, one, two, three, four, five. I see them over there. Making their way off to breakfast is my guess, and that's what we try to find in the morning time. But as we look at today's weather, showers are in the forecast. We were talking about this all week long. When will the clouds roll in? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. What percent chance? We're looking at a 40% chance into our Wednesday, Thursday. That's where we are now. But what about the sunshine? When will it return? Colorado's weather tends to do a little dance with us. It changes on us. The forecast, we saw the clouds, the showers move in earlier than tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like we're rolling back into the sunshine window, bringing the clouds as we roll into the weekend. But today, there it is, almost 50% chance of showers, certainly welcomed. And those cooler temperatures, our highs hanging out in the mid 70s. Again, this weather is brought to you by the town of Avon, the heart of the valley.
Oh, so good, Ty. Thank you so much. And also throwing in that information about those sculptures is, I mean, everybody sees them as they're driving through town. So really cool to get a little more information. And I mean, just 22 grand. You can have that at your house or at your business. And nice note, like it's all available. You can
You
buy
can
it.
have this in your front yard. You can have this at your home. For where I live, the size of my yard, a bonsai. I'm not sure if that will fit in there, but maybe a photograph of one and just cropped out just the right size for my bonsai-sized yard.
Oh, I'm right there. I don't even have a yard. I have a deck. So I
I'll pay
don't think I will
$22 for one.
Oh my gosh, Ty. All right, you're cracking me up this morning. We're gonna come back to you. We'll give you a chance to go get that rundown in the last roundabout that you were at, and then
So
we'll
did
come
I.
back and see see where your next adventure takes you. I'm excited to find out. But there's a lot that's going on around the valley, just kind of just every day right now. And live music is just a dominant feature. And it's something that's so incredibly cool because there's so much of it that's completely free. And then also, if you do want to pay for one of these musical experiences, we're talking top level talent. So let's take a look at what's going on with our music and events that are happening today. So, being that it's Wednesday, Bravo Vail, by the way, they have their schedule going on through August 4th. I had a chance to go and see one of the concerts at the Ford Amphitheater the first week that they were back and operating. So today they have, well, unfortunately, it's sold out. It's taking place at 6 o'clock tonight. But I did want to mention that if you weren't able to maybe make the concert tonight, not to worry. They have another one that's going to be available tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. It's the community collaboration with Vail Health. It's actually going to be taking place in the lobby of the hospital from 11:30 to 12:30 tomorrow with piano fellow Dominic Fellow. So that's something where again, if you are Dominic Celli, that's who's going to be playing. But if you'd like to see one of these incredible artists, and again, completely for free, you can go over to the Vail Health lobby and enjoy that little series taking place from 11:30 to 12:30. But again, Bravo Vail will be going on through the beginning of August, and I highly recommend catching one of their shows. We got to see the Dallas Symphony Orchestra, and my goodness, they were just phenomenal. So definitely highly recommended. Now, also Avon Live will be taking place tonight. So Ty will, he's exploring Avon this morning. And with Avon Live, it's every Wednesday, rain or shine. It's totally free. And the music starts at 5:30 tonight. So they also have some local food trucks. So you can get some great, delicious beverages and some meals. And Andy Frasco and the UN will be taking the stage tonight at 5:30 for Avon Live. Then, if you're in Vail Village, where Trisha is, maybe you want to go to the Red Lion. That's, of course, a staple for happy hour and for après ski. And tonight from 7 to 9, Andy Seifert will be playing. And then let's say, you're not in Vail Village, but you're close to Vail Village, just kind of like on the other side of the mountains there, Minturn. They're going to be doing a Minturn garden party from 6 to 8 p.m. So, although, oh, nope, says it was canceled because of a flash flood and storm warning. So, you can catch the information about what's happening in Minturn and their concerts on that website right there. I think it's just minturn.org. Is that right? Anyway, but they're starting to bring in some of their live music like over at Little Beach Park, and really really cool to see that taking shape. And then totally different experience, but it's kind of like music, especially if your furry friend likes to sing to you. Yap Yower taking place over at Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt in Vail. So it's Creekside every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. And something that I think is really cool about this is not only do you get to bring your dog and have some delicious cocktails, but if you get their tiki drink, 20% of the proceeds will be donated to the Eagle Valley Humane Society. But they have dog treats, they have toys, they have dog beer available. And then, of course, they have weekly food and beverage specials. So that's taking place again at Grand Hyatt Vail today from 4 to 6. So, yeah, a lot going on. We're going to take a quick break. And coming up, we're going to be talking about some nature events, some ways that you can kind of get outside before that rain moves into the forecast. And then we'll also be catching up with one of those Bravo Vail artists. So stay with us.
When it comes to buying quality flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to choose from: Rugs Benedict. Having served the Vail Valley for over 40 years, you can be confident that you are working with true flooring experts. With hundreds of choices in stock and the combined buying power of 1,000 Carpet One stores, we will find incredible deals for you. Rugs Benedict offers the best selection in area rugs, hardwood flooring, carpet, and luxury vinyl, so that you can find the perfect fit to fill the beautiful space in your home or business and have it installed right away. We don't use freelancers, and neither should you. Rest assured and let our full-time staff of professionals at Rugs Benedict install your new floor with the highest quality standards and a lifetime installation guarantee. So stop by and pay us a visit at our 10,000 square foot showroom in Avon and let our team find you incredible deals and a flawless flooring experience. Because at Rugs Benedict, we know floors.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
Welcome back to your Wednesday edition of Vail Daily Live. And being that it's Wednesday, maybe you want to kind of take a break from the norm and get outside and do something spectacular today, and something that happens to be free. Well, Walking Mountain Science Center, this is one of the coolest resources that I think that we have in the Valley, especially if you're new to town and you're not really sure where to go hiking, or, a lot about like the different animals and the flora and fauna. Well, Walking Mountain Science Center has these guided nature tours, and they have these really cool hikes that take place on top of Vail Mountain. Now, you do need to have a Vail Scenic Ride ticket, or you need to have like your season pass to get up the gondola. But at the top of the Lion's Head Gondola, number 19, you can find the Vail Nature Center, the Nature Discovery Center. And so at 11 o'clock today, they're going to be doing their free educational hike with a naturalist. And so all you have to do is it's ages 10 and older, and you just show up and you're just ready to be outside for an hour in the summertime at 10,000 feet. But my goodness, to be able to learn about what's happening in your environment from a naturalist. And then, of course, the views from up there are just stunning of the core range. And you can see all the way back over to Beaver Creek and the Sawatch Range. It's really, really beautiful and quite the experience. And their naturalists are so incredibly knowledgeable. And it's what a great way to spend an hour of your day, and one of the most beautiful places on the planet. So again, that's taking place at 11 o'clock, and reservations are required. So go to walkingmountains.org to sign up for that. But that's going to be at 11, and then they also do another one at 2. So you just have to have that scenic gondola ticket in order to get up there, and then they'll kind of take care of the rest. And then, but if you, let's say maybe you have some younger kids, like they're younger than 10, they do a free nature walk in Avon at their Walking Mountain Science Center there. So that might be a better option for you, especially if the super, the young guys. Now, in addition to these, these cool hikes, they also do some other educational things. I've gone to some great programs over there. So they've had some great speakers. But today they're going to be doing the science behind scientific sketching. So they're going to be talking about famous field guides and your all the way to your personal sketch pad. And your registration includes a sketching kit, but you don't need any artistic skills to join in on the fun. So they're going to work to sharpen our existing observing skills and also some new techniques as well. So that's taking place at 6:30 tonight. It's $12 at Walking Mountain Science Center again in Avon. And if you would like to sign up for that, you can go to walkingmountains.org. But what a cool resource, Walking Mountains. Now, something else that is just a huge resource and also just a favorite place of mine is the Betty Ford Alpine Garden. So it's located right in Vail. And, if you've never been before, it's a donation based experience. So you can go in and donate, $5 each time you walk through these beautiful gardens. And it's amazing to see just all the different species that they have. And of course, the way that it's all laid out, it's just absolutely stunning. And yeah, there you are. There's one of the many photos there at Betty Ford Alpine Gardens. But they are doing yoga in the garden from 9 to 10 a.m. this morning. So talk about a great place to really just kind of ground and find your center and take a moment to just breathe in one of the most spectacular gardens probably on the planet, at least in my opinion. So mats are available but limited, and it's $15 for the class and cash only. So that's going to be taking place right by the waterfall in the heart of the gardens this morning from 9 to 10 a.m. And then they're going to be doing a wildflower guided tour at 10:30, and that's $10. So if you do want to learn a little bit more about the flowers that you're going to find in that garden, there's so many. There's like over 3,000 species that they have. So if you want to get the details, that would be a really cool option for you. So again, that's taking place at the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens at 10:30 this morning. And good idea to get out there early because we do have some rain in the forecast. And somebody that knows what's happening with our weather out there because she's in it in Vail Village is our girl Trisha Swenson. And so this morning, we saw her kind of right at the ski museum and saw the mountain in the background. She's got her layers on. So Trisha, where are you now? How's it feeling?
Okay, we've moved up the street. We're at the top of Bridge Street. We're at Mountain Plaza, where Gondola One is located, which will be open for you 9:30 to 4 today. The ticket office opens at 9 a.m. If you want to go up to Midvale, I've heard that they're bringing back yoga up at Midvale this Saturday. So another yoga option for you. If it isn't live music, it's yoga. I swear. Henry and I were just talking about that. There's so much yoga going on and so much live music happening. But weather-wise for today, we still have just a high layer of clouds. So I can't see any blue sky. I can see the sun a little bit through the cloud cover, but it's very mild this morning. And it's very quiet right now. Usually the lawnmowers have started by now. They haven't yet. They're kind of firing up the gondola, doing a little testing on that. That'll get going, like I said, not this morning, just for employees this morning. So if you see it running behind me, it's just for the employees. You're not missing out on anything. But temperature wise today, a real mild day up and down the valley. A lot of people are looking for those cooler temperatures. We've had a rather hot summer, but we're going to see some rain with that too, especially this afternoon. I think this morning, I've already seen people getting out on their mountain bikes. I've seen a few runners as well. People just running in tank tops, because you're going to heat up once you go. It's not too cold right now. We're in the mid 50s throughout the region. So not feeling too bad at all. And without wind, it feels pretty good too. So, and then I think we're going to improve on our weather tomorrow, which should be good. Nice and sunny for your Thursday. Chance of those showers though in the afternoon, as we typically see in the summertime. But yeah, real peaceful morning here in Vail Village, Ashley.
Oh, it looks so beautiful out there, Trisha. And now that we do have so much yoga that is going, I'm feeling like I should probably go and check them out.
I
Like I feel like there's so many opportunities, and like I mean honestly, to do it overlooking the Gore Range up at the top, mid mountain, or to do it at Betty Ford Alpine Gardens. Like, what a beautiful setting! And let's say I don't know about you, but like I could probably use some new yoga gear. And
Oh,
outlets at Silverthorne, I know they have some solid stores, solid selection, elevated savings, some might say, right at exit 205. But really great place to go and get whatever you need for those mountain adventures. Like you were saying earlier, it a lot of times it's no such thing as bad weather. It's just the wrong clothes.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
You just got to dress for it and everything. And actually, one more thing. The reason I decided to stand here is because I wanted to show you guys. This is a really cool statue called the Edge. This is right in the center of Mountain Plaza, and it was dedicated in 2008. The artist is Gail Slatter Fowler. And the Vail Valley Foundation had this piece done to really honor all the international ski Hall of Fame members. So we're talking Tony Seiler, we're talking Franz Klammer, of course, Billy Kidd and Jimmy Huga. They were inducted on the same year. And so really cool to see this. And so Gail, the artist, she basically modeled the artwork after Bodie Miller's wild ski style. You know, when he would race, he was always on the edge. You didn't know if he was going to crash or win, wipe out or win. That was kind of the motto. And but you could see just charging through here with this piece of artwork. So I thought I would just remind people to stop and do their own little art tour. You can do your history tours, you can do your art tours with the people with the town of Vail, but you can also just kind of do your own walking tour and get details on a lot of the bronze statues that we have around the village.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for that. I love that sculpture. I think it's so powerful. I mean, standing there and looking up at like the way that she's crafted the muscles, and again, having met Bodie Miller, I mean, it's very accurate. He's basically like a refrigerator of a human. He's huge,
He
huge,
totally
huge,
was. Yeah,
very
I would
yeah.
have miss seen him race. Hey, but I did hear the Birds of Prey races are coming back. So usually about a week after
Oh.
Thanksgiving, the end of November, early December, they will be racing back up at Beaver Creek again.
That's really good news, Trisha. I love that you're like you have like all this like secret intel. I swear, like this is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, listen. I also really want to really quickly bring into chat. Rodney Travis is saying hi this morning, Trisha. We know Rodney, but he was watching the replay yesterday, and he said it was great seeing Gigi Zimmerman from Rugs Benedict on the VDL replay. So we should remind people, that if you're not watching live, I mean, you can watch live and comment like Rodney did on Facebook or on YouTube, but you can watch us any time of day, really, any time of day.
Well, you know what? And ask Rodney. I think he was getting a red. Okay, ask Rodney if
Oh,
he got. I think he got the red cup. Tell him I got the black cup. I got my Vail Mountain coffee and tea. Fuel your adventure. But Rodney said I'm going to order the red cup that Trisha has in the studio. But
I mean,
Rodney,
red cups are cool.
yeah.
Yeah, I shoot any one of them, Rodney, right? Like you're gonna be drinking that coffee in style. But oh, Trisha, I mean, it looks so beautiful out there. One thing that's so great about the cloud cover is that the lighting so
Oh
good,
yeah,
so
I know.
good,
It's
right?
it's kind.
Yes. Oh,
For someone that's getting older, I like having the cloud cover. It's
I
kind.
mean, for anybody that takes any selfies, cloud cover is amazing. Amazing. All
Yes.
right. Well, listen, you guys look great out there. I'm excited to catch back up with you and find out what you're up to next. But in the meantime, let's kind of switch things over from Vail to Beaver Creek. So, Beaver Creek, they have these really cool performances that are taking place at the Verlar Performing Arts Center. They also have some great, options for food and for drinks. And they also have this weekly activity schedule that they have put out where they have complimentary activities that take place. Now, Wednesday is a big one. Look at this. They have 4 different things that are going on. So for today, again, talking about that yoga from 9 to 10 a.m. on the Park Hyatt lawn, they do the free yoga. You just bring your own mat for that. But then Helmut Fricker is going to be performing from 1 to 3 p.m. You know him as the guy in the Lederhosen with his alpenhorn, with his yodeling. So great. I mean, he really is he's like the mascot of Beaver Creek. Then there's live music taking place after he's done performing from 4 to 6 p.m. And then dinner and a movie from 7 to 9 p.m. And that's going to be going on at the ice rink in Beaver Creek. And I believe that Moana is the movie on top for tonight. But basically what you can do is you can go, you can get some takeout, and then you can cozy up with your family and and watch a movie under the stars at Beaver Creek. Super, super cool. And again, it's completely complimentary. So if you want more information about those events, go to beavercreek.com/events. And, I'm sure if you've spent any time at Beaver Creek that that when you walk in, it's almost like being in your own personal snow globe. And in the summertime, it's just this charming alpine village. They put so much effort into the way that they designed the village there. And if you want to be part of that atmosphere, maybe you want to do it and have a job with awesome benefits. Well, lucky for you, they're actually doing some hiring for the lodging properties at Vail Resorts. And we have Alicia here with us this morning, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about what's available and what they're looking for. Good morning, Alicia. So you are joining us. I love this. This is amazing about the shows. You're joining us live from Rifle this morning.
Yes, on the Western Slope here. I can tell you
Yeah.
what the weather's like before it hits you guys. So
Right. Yeah. You seen rain yet or what?
It's definitely cloudy. So maybe you got another little touch of rain, or that nice cloud cover for Trisha will stay around for most of the day.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to spending time here in the Vail Valley, obviously, like Beaver Creek, Vail, they're gems. They're absolute gems. And obviously, people come from across the world to spend time here. And I think a lot of people, especially in the last year, are kind of like reprioritizing things that are important to them. And I think the benefits when it comes to a job are huge.
Absolutely.
And I know you have some insight to some jobs that are available right now that come along with an incredible benefits package.
I think we recognize everybody's trying to get employees. It's a common, I wouldn't say issue, but something in the Valley. It's nice to be needed, I guess, from an employee standpoint. But I think it's highlighting, especially you talk about the birds of prey coming. We missed it so much last year, but there's so many fun, great benefits to working at our lodging properties in either Beaver Creek, Bachelor Gulch, Arrowhead. And I know many people look at that weird building at the gates at Beaver Creek to the right and think, what is it? But that's our reception center. That is the heart and soul of our lodging operation. A lot of after hours guests who arrive will check in with our team at the reception center. So we have a lot of wonderful positions, flexible positions, also stable positions. I know a lot of people are wondering what to do in the shoulder seasons here. We have a lot of positions that can help fill that void. Also, for those looking for some part-time work or looking to bring on a second job, we have some options too, and we just want to kind of get those out to people and make sure they know of all the wonderful things that come with working for our teams.
Yeah, definitely. And this is something that is, it's fun. Like you said, it's flexible. And also there's some premium pay involved. Hey.
Yes, so I'm sure everybody's heard our entry level is $15 an hour now. That's across the whole company. But in lodging especially, we pay premium for experience. So if you've been in guest service or housekeeping or maintenance, we have different levels of positions. So it could be a maintenance tech 2 position, which pays more than that entry level rate. So ask me if you'd like to reach out to me. I can talk to more about those options, but it's not just that standard $15 an hour. We pay premium for experience. So it's something that people may not be aware of. And we understand there's a lot of skilled workforce out there.
Right, definitely. And let's talk about some of the properties that people could be working at.
So if you ever get the chance to go to beavercreek.com and our lodging signature properties, there's anything from the Osprey right at the base of the mountain. Great place to work if you like to do a few lunchtime ski runs in the winter or go for a nice hike. Up in Bachelor Gulch, we have Bear Paw or Horizon Pass. I mean, the best views in the valley are up at Horizon Pass. All the way over to Arrowhead. Arrowhead is like the little secret gem, and I hate to say it here live, but if you're looking for a fantastic work crew, as well as a base of a quiet village there and amazing second homeowners or even local homeowners, it's such an array of people. This is the Seasons new lobby. We've all lived at the Seasons at some point, but this is the new lobby they have there. There's just so many options, and something we're really trying to introduce as we change through this economy or work style is moving between different properties. So you might not be just at one. We cross-train people, and you can work at some different properties that we have here in Beaver Creek, Arrowhead, and Bachelor Gulch. So there's variety as well.
Nice. And tell me about some of the people that we might be working with.
Oh my goodness, these people have been through so much this last year, as everyone has, but what a team. When everything went down last year, first and foremost, they took care of their teams, their employees, making sure they were okay. And they worked so hard last summer and this winter to keep operations going. We have the best guest service scores and safety scores in the entire company up at Beaver Creek, Arrowhead, and Bachelor Gulch. And that's a testament to these team members that you work with. They're just having a lot of fun there. We have a lot of great employee programs, and also leadership development, and also developing through your career if you're interested. Those maybe at CMC doing hospitality training or resort training right now. What a great place to start. I personally started as a concierge at the Lodge at Vail way back in the day. Still one of the best jobs, I think, in the Valley. But now I moved my way up, and I think there's a lot of opportunity there for people looking to develop and learn and just become one of these great leaders that are part of the Beaver Creek lodging team.
Now, if people are interested and they're thinking, all right, like this sounds pretty good. Like this team sounds pretty cool. And I mean, the flexibility and the benefits. So where would I go for more information?
So to make it easy, I know it's hard these days to kind of wiggle through all the steps, but you can email me directly. I think we have the QR code. You can just send me an email and let me know what you're looking for or what you're interested in. I'll reach out to you directly and point you in the right direction. Or you could also go to our vailresortsjobs.com and search for lodging in Beaver Creek. Or hospitality in Beaver Creek, and we can kind of direct you there with the open positions. But I'm happy to really chat one-on-one with you and find out what it is you're looking for and pair you up with the team.
Oh, that's awesome. Talk about some great customer service. That's so nice to have
Absolutely.
guidance, and really have
Yep.
somebody that can kind of send you in the right direction and maybe answer some questions too to find
Exactly.
like what the right
Exactly.
fit is. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this
you for
morning
having me,
and
Ashley.
telling us
It's been
about these
great.
great opportunities. I think there are a lot of people that are looking for that next great job and especially if people from across the country that are watching us and thinking, man, if I could live there, that would be right, like dream come true.
That's how it all starts, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
That's how it all
exactly,
begins.
exactly.
Yep.
Mhm. Yep, I think we are all products of that
Yes.
that are
Yes.
here in this
Absolutely.
little space. Well,
We
thank you
approve.
so
We
much.
approve.
Yeah, yeah,
It can be
100%.
done.
Exactly, exactly. Well, Alicia, again, thank you so much for waking up so early to join us on the
Of
show this
course.
morning.
Happy to be
And
here.
great information. And again, we have that QR code and beavercreek.com is, easy way to get those positions, get more information. And of course, all the websites that Alicia just mentioned and that QR code. So thank you so much. We're going to let you go. And then coming up, we are going to take a quick break and then we're going to have another look at what's happening with that local weather forecast. We also have your fly fishing report. We're going to check in with Ty and see where his adventures have taken him. So stay with us. We'll be right back with more Vail Daily Live. Good.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
Okay, so as promised, your fly fishing report. Now, if you're watching the show earlier, you saw the headlines that in this edition of the Vail Daily today that's out. There's an update on what's going on with the Upper Colorado River. There's some fishing closure portions of it have been lifted. And so you can get the details, of course, in the Vail Daily. But then also, if you want really like the nitty gritty and you also want somebody that can take you out there personally, Fly Fishing Outfitters. They're located right in Avon next to Agave. They've been in business since 1992, locally owned and operated, and they are Orbis endorsed, which means that they have excellent customer service, and they are also stewards of the environment, which is so incredibly important, especially given what's been going on with our rivers. And we've been seeing, those warmer temperatures, some lower flows. So we just got an update from John Packer. He's the owner of Fly Fishing Outfitters. So he says, please let everyone know that water conditions have improved a lot the last couple of days. Water is being released on the Colorado River, and the fishing closure is no longer in effect. The same for the Roaring Fork River. And we at Fly Fishing Outfitters are fishing the Eagle River in the mornings and want to be off the water by 1 o'clock. So that's going to be something that's really important, that you're out there, first thing in the morning, and that you're really being respectful of what is happening with the current conditions. So if you want to get the latest and greatest of what is going on by people that are passionate about it, that have been fishing these waters for, almost 30 years, you're going to want to get in touch with Fly Fishing Outfitters. And, they also have a great retail store. So maybe you need a gift for somebody. Maybe you just need to complete your kit before you head out. Maybe you're coming in from somewhere out of town. You want to get the flies that are currently being, utilized here. Like for instance, on the Eagle River, they're saying that for tan elk hair caddis and tan caddis pupa, that PMXs, bedhead peasant tails, hare's ears, tan tungsten translucent caddis pupa, and tan X caddis. So that's, again, just like a little insight as to what's working well for them. But if you want to get that information personally, Fly Fishing Outfitters is the place to go. Okay, so Rachel, we were talking about this earlier, like in the middle of the break, and I've completely forgotten what we're doing next.
Let's go to Trisha. She's
We're gonna all right, we're gonna go to Trisha. So Trisha, like we were just mentioning this. She's like our little like info ninja, right? Like when you think you know things, this girl's got like the insight. And now Trisha, okay, I'm planning on going to Gypsum Days this weekend. Super excited for the live music, but you have like the details on this, right? Like I already got my tickets, but tell us about the people that are performing.
Yeah, you know what? If you don't have your tickets for this, you're going to want to get them because we've got some great talent. And that's the thing. Gypsum Days, they go big on the concerts. They've had huge names in the past. So take a look. And even on their website, they list like who's performed. I think I saw Randy Houser in 2018. Rascal Flatts has played there. All the major ones that are coming off of American Idol and those sort of things, they played there. So this year, they got the 2021 Academy of Country Music Male Artist of the Year. Okay, so this is a pretty big catch. Jimmy Allen will be taking the stage, and I don't know if you've done any research on Jimmy Allen. First of all, his hits that came out of his Mercury Lane 2018 release, those are Best Shot and Make Me Want To. Just listen to those. Go to YouTube, take a listen to those. Or if you listen to K-Ski, if you listen to the country music station that comes out of Eagle County, you've heard these songs. So he's going to be playing. And then in 2021, his new hit, Freedom Was a Highway, that's with Brad Paisley on guitar. I was watching the Jimmy Kimmel show with those two on it. And it's also really cool to see some of his interviews about his start. He didn't get the great start. He struggled. He's from Delaware originally. He moved to Nashville like so many of the young artists do. And he did an interview on the Ellen show, but he actually did it with Ellen's DJ Twitch. Remember when Twitch used to come here for the Vail Dance Festival? So now Twitch is the resident DJ over on the Ellen show, and sometimes he does interviews. And he did this super fun interview with Jimmy Allen, talking about living in his car. The first place he lived in didn't have electricity. He was like stocking shelves at Walmart, all that kind of stuff. Finally got discovered in kind of this grocery store / performance hall, and made it big from there. So great story on that. Also, Low Cash. If you haven't heard of these guys are going to bring the party. Okay. I mean, when they start playing one big country song, even people that don't even like country, they're going to be dancing along, singing along to this one. I Love This Life was their big breakout hit. And then I Know Somebody. This song is so fun, so great to listen to. So we're gonna have some great talent both nights, and you can get tickets for both nights. It's either 35 for each because you've missed early bird pricing that ended on the 11th, but it's 55 for both nights. And I think live music, concerts right in your own backyard, it's a pretty good deal.
I mean, it's a huge deal. Like, I cannot believe that we have access to this kind of talent for that price. It's
Yeah. Oh,
amazing.
yeah, exactly. And you know what? I mean, even if you think, well, I don't really listen to country music or whatever, Ashley, growing up on a farm, I never listened to country music because I didn't want to be stereotyped like, oh, you're from North Dakota. You must like country music. But later in life, I started getting turned on to it. And I call it free therapy. I mean, how can you feel sad or sorry for yourself after listening to a couple country music songs? I'm usually crying in the car full of gratitude when I'm listening to the country music songs. But
Mhm.
it's going to be a great time. The Lundgren Amphitheater is such a wonderful venue. So plan on heading to this, but also plan on heading to the Classic Car Show, that jalapeno eating contest. I think I just like to watch it. There's no way I could participate in. But they've got the pancake breakfast, they've got the parade, they've got the 5K, the talent show. So many things going on with Gypsum Days this weekend.
Oh, the jalapeno eating contest. I completely forgot that that was part of it. I also could nope, nope, I wouldn't stand a chance for that. But, some, like, parade, maybe, like, the 5K, that sounds like such a good time. But seriously, Trisha, like, now I'm even more excited to
Yeah.
actually go and see the live music. But I mean, again, I just can't believe the value. I can't believe the level of talent that they're bringing, and I love hearing more about the artist. And then, like, I think knowing that about Jimmy Allen, that he did struggle so hard to get to where he is, and then to see him perform. I always like to listen to the songs too, like a little bit, like before I go to the show, right? It just gets you amped up.
Totally. Yeah. Listen to these songs. I mean, listen to I Know Somebody. I mean,
Oh,
these are just great songs and really fun to hear their stories behind them. So, yeah, do a little research before you go and you'll enjoy it even more.
oh, definitely. Okay. Listen, we are going to let you go. I love seeing just the beautiful scenery in Vale, and of course all of the public art, and the statue is so appropriate for Gypsum Days behind you with the guy on the horse, and you can see those clouds out there, and a really quiet morning in Vale Village. But also, in Vale, if you haven't been before, is the Ford Amphitheater, and that's one of the places that you're going to find Bravo Vale. And this is where they bring four orchestras in. They're going to be doing shows all the way until August 4th. And they just have, again, talking about the level of talent. My gosh, these musicians are amazing. They're top notch. And when you see them in the different settings that they've curated for this series, it just makes it even that much better. And Trisha had a chance to catch up with one of the violinists from Bravo Vale, Juliet Kang. And so let's take a look at that interview.
Hey everyone, I'm Trisha Swenson, and we are talking Bravo Vale Music Festival. It's their 34th season. Joining me now, we have Juliet Kang, and she's with the Philadelphia Orchestra. They're here for just a short amount of time, so we got to treasure while you're here. But Juliet, tell us a little bit about your journey here. You've been coming to the Vail Valley several years for this, but we haven't seen the Philadelphia Orchestra for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah,
2020?
we were all so sad to miss being in Bravo last year. Bravo Vale is one of our absolute favorite venues as an orchestra to be in, and we just missed you terribly, and we're so thrilled to be back.
Yeah, well, we're so happy to have you back. And Juliet has a very important role. She's the first associate concert master, but tell us what that means.
So that means I'm a violinist, and I sit in the front right next to the concertmaster of the orchestra, who is the leader among the musicians of the orchestra.
Okay, now you're going to be performing the Barber Concerto. Tell us about this.
That's right. Barber's Violin Concerto is an incredibly romantic, beautiful work, and it has deep Philadelphia connections, which I'm also proud to bring to Colorado. Barber was born and raised in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and he was an alumni of the Curtis Institute, where many of us went to school as well. So he's very much part of the DNA of the Philadelphia Orchestra.
Okay, and now we of course missed you last year. We missed so much last year, but how was it as a performer to go through the pandemic? I mean, you guys are used to traveling. You're used to performing within your large group for large groups. It must have been quite a different year plus a couple months.
It really was. It took, of course, a couple months to sink in how deeply this would affect us. But since the nature of what we do is to gather large crowds indoors, it just seemed like, when is that ever going to happen again? So there was a lot of despair, but our management was so creative in providing a way for us to reach out to to audiences around the world in a way that we never had before. So that was an amazing silver lining to this.
Yeah, did you kind of do a lot of digital things?
Yes,
and
the orchestra presented the digital stage concerts, and so on our website we streamed programs that interspersed new music, old music, interviews, and showcases of Philadelphia culture and businesses. So we really managed to expand how we see music and how we reach out to people.
Okay, that's so great. And you know what? And it's all about how the music makes you feel. I think there's a lot of people that might feel intimidated by, like, well, I don't know the composers, I don't know the music, I don't even know how to pronounce some of these things. But it's just the way music makes us feel. You don't have to know everything. You guys know all the notes and know how to do it. These are the professionals. We just come and enjoy it.
I'm so glad you said that, because that's absolutely true. We just want to reach people, make them feel good in their hearts, make them sing and dance along, and just use that wordless language of music too.
Oh, definitely. Yes, it is the wordless language. And then also, when you guys come here, do you get any free time to explore?
We do. We insist on having our free time to go on hikes, see the beautiful nature. A lot of people rent bikes, go kayaking. I've had so many fantastic memories made here.
Yeah, what are some of your favorite activities to do?
Well, I like hiking myself, and I had a memorable rafting trip once with my family, with my 2 little daughters all strapped into the raft.
Yeah. Is your family out this time?
Not this year, but hopefully in the future again.
Okay, all right. And then what do you think of this venue? Because the Ford Amphitheater is just amazing to be able to play in nature.
Exactly.
With this beautiful music.
It's such a stunning visual treat that I think it really emphasizes how the arts and the visual and the performing and the oral can really blend together to be such a special experience.
Okay, all right, perfect. Juliet, I know you got a tight schedule. We got to keep her moving, but if you want to see the Barber Concerto, what night are we doing this?
That's July 15th.
Okay, July 15th. If you want to learn more, you can go to the website, bravovail.org, or you can always get their app too, because their app has a lot of information, a lot of background info. So we've got the app for you as well. All right, thanks for your time today.
Thanks so much.
Berkshire Hathaway Home Services for real estate. Where do we begin? For checklists and for wish lists. For tour after tour after tour. For, is this the one? Or let's just see one more. For closing, finally closing. Your forever agent will be there for all of it. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, for you, for life.
Plastic surgery isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good. At Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare, from the moment you walk in the door, we want you to feel confident and empowered, while our team of specialists help you find the best version of yourself. With 2 of the nation's leading plastic surgeons right here in the mountains, we have one goal: personalized care with exceptional results. Mangett Plastic Surgery Institute and Skincare. Your beauty should be effortless.
Okay, so a lot going on during that commercial break. So first of all, we were just chatting with Alicia from Vail Resorts, and specifically at Beaver Creek Lodging. They have some positions that are available that she was telling us about. They have some really great benefits. They're fun, they're flexible, they have some premium pay. And so we did have a question on chat from LP. She was asking what the website was, or he, LP, what LP. Anyway, so the website is jobs.vailresortscareers.com. So that's where you're going to be able to go and see all those open positions with Beaver Creek Lodging. So really great information. And again, Alicia, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And if you are interested in getting yourself a new position, that would be a great resource for you. And some of the properties that she was showing us were just beautiful. And of course, the team, she just couldn't say enough good things about, which of course, having a great work environment is so incredibly important. So again, you can also email her too, Alicia. That's her email address right there on the screen because she's so generous like that. So she said that you can get in touch with her directly and she can kind of point you in the right direction as far as what might be the right fit or, what the different positions entail. So jobs.vailresortscareers.com is that website. Now, also, I just wanted to mention too, we just saw Trisha with Juliet Kang, and Juliet will be performing tomorrow night with Bravo and the Philadelphia Orchestra at 6:00 at the Ford Amphitheater. So if you'd like to get those tickets, visit bravovail.com. And I believe is that what it is, bravovail.com? Let me make sure. Bravovail.org. There it is, bravovail.org to get those tickets so you can see Juliet in all of her glory. And like what I love hearing that interview too. Again, Trisha gets all the good details, right? Just to understand a little bit more about the performances, and it's amazing. So she's taking the stage tomorrow night at the 40th Theater. Now, something else, if you are kind of overwhelmed with everything that is going on and you want to get more information, this is your resource right here, Vail Daily. Pick up one of these and anywhere in the blue boxes, totally free from Vail all the way down to .0. And this morning, I really was captivated by what's happening with the articles. So first of all, the big thing, watching and learning. Wolf reintroduction happened so fast in Montana and Idaho, the states are expanding hunting. So this continues on to page A2. So it's all about what Colorado can learn about wolves from the states that have already done this process. And I know there's so many opinions about this. And so it's really going to be, it's just a fascinating read. So check that out. Then as we move into page A3, Avon votes to withdraw the appeal of the recall election. So again, if you've been following local politics, this is something that's a big deal right there. So if you want to get all the details on what's happening, the vote comes 3 weeks after the town council originally voted to appeal a decision handed down by District Court Judge Russell H. Granger. So again, if you've been following what's going on there, that's a big one. And then on page A4, they just kind of keep hitting you with some really important information. The fishing closure is lifted on portions of the upper Colorado River. We've seen some improved conditions out there, and that's big news for anybody that is out there in the rivers or wants to be. So get all the information. And then as we go to page A5, smoke expected to be visible from the Sylvan fire. However, the amount of smoke across western Colorado, the large amount, is coming from other states. So if you want to find out more about what's happening with that smoke, with the weather, it's all happening in the paper. So vaildaily.com for that e-edition, or just pick up your copy in just one of those free bins, again, from Vail all the way down to .0. So let's go back to our little information ninja, Tricia Swinson. That's my new title for her. And she happens to be with one of my favorite people of all time, Lance Fry. And they are better as okay, you two. All right, just this setting. I can see Cartier behind you. I can see those roses. I see those watches. Just take it away. Per usual.
I know. You know what? He is the information ninja when it comes to all things Betteridge. Betteridge right here. We're in Solaris in their beautiful gallery, their showroom here. And Lance, I walk in and he goes, "Hey, can we talk Cartier?" He said, "I could talk about this forever." And I bet you can.
I can. I used to work for Cartier years and years ago. We're not going to say how many years ago, but it's been a while. So I am passionate about this brand. So I'm afraid I could talk a long time about it. So you're going to cut me off.
Well, and give us just a little bit of the history. When did this company start?
A little bit of history of Cartier. 1847, started by Louis Cartier in Paris, and it was jewelry. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's known for its jewelry. And in the early 1900s, they got into watches. So we carry watches. We do not carry the jewelry. Jewelry is exclusive to their company-owned boutique. So we are fortunate enough to carry their watches. And something that is very evident when you see their watches is their transition from jewelry into watches, because they're essentially a great looking timepiece, similar to the piece of jewelry that happens to tell time.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well,
that's a very quick summary.
and you know what? And we have a whole case below us, Cartier watches, and of course the displays behind us. You picked these 4. Why these 4?
Why these 4?
It's like picking your favorite child.
Yeah, which I could easily do. So, so the reason for this 4 is this really tells the 4 probably really basic watch categories that they have. And within each one or each 4 of these, there are many, many more watches with this. But I think it's a great representation of who they are and what they make and kind of what they're about. So kind of the first one here is this watch is called the Pasha. It's their most popular, I would say, round piece. This is the piece that they had for years and years and years. They retired it probably back in the 90s, and they just recently bought it back in a few years. Cartier loves to do that. They'll retire a piece, redesign it ever so slightly, and come back and with something new. This one is a chronograph.
I just love how, I mean, it's just like a beefy watch.
It's a beefy watch, all stainless steel. This is blue spinel that are covering the crowns there. Yeah. So you can kind of see that kind of interesting detail. This is really what the Pasha is known for, are these covered crowns. Mm-hmm. Okay. So very interesting piece. This is an automatic movement. Okay. So the movement of your wrist is going to wind this piece. There's no battery in this one. Mm-hmm. Number 2, probably one of their most popular. This is the piece in 1904. They created the Santos. Alberto Santos Dumont was a Brazilian inventor who partnered with Cartier, and they built a wristwatch back in 1904, and he flew around the Eiffel Tower in this watch.
Wow!
So since then, there's had many interpretations of this timepiece. This is the most current and probably the most classic. Again, this is an automatic movement. This comes in several different options.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay, the next one, the Panther. This is the name of this family. This is also by far the most popular women's watch that we carry. You can see why it's a beautiful bracelet that happens to have a timepiece right there in the middle of it. These are all battery, all quartz movements, so they're very, very easy. You just set it and let it go. You'll get about 5 to 7 years of a battery life out of this piece. This one here that you're looking at is solid 18 karat rose gold.
Wow, I know I was going to say rose gold.
It's
so amazing.
So, so I'm going to show you one more of this after this guy.
Okay. And
the
then
tank.
The tank.
This is called the tank. And if you look straight down on it, it resembles a tank from the World War I, the tracks of a tank. This is how he invented this and came up with this look of this watch. It's very iconic. Cartier is this rectangular shape. It's been around, again, since the early 1900s and will never really leave their collection because it's very much who they are. Because this is a solid gold piece, the crown, where it was a blue spinel before, that's a blue sapphire.
Oh, right there.
So that's an actual blue sapphire that is in that piece there. This is also a quartz movement. Tiny, tiny date at the 3 o'clock on this.
Oh, yeah. Okay, right there.
You can barely see it, but it's there.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, yeah. If you can read it, you can tell what date it is. But hopefully you don't really need to know what day it is.
You're on vacation. Who cares what day it is?
Totally.
Something else that was special that's happening is Cartier partnered with us for the summer, and we're doing a special presentation of pieces that are maybe this is like one piece that's happening in the U.S. And we have it here. So this is part of the Panther collection. This is all done in 18 karat white, full pave diamond, front and back.
Oh my gosh.
Very special piece. And like I said, right now, this is the only one of these in the U.S. This came from the Beverly Hills store, and we have it for just a couple months to kind of show off some of the more interesting pieces that they have in their collection.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's very Beverly Hills.
It is Beverly Hills.
This is so cool. I love how you're able to get things that are like, it can't be found anywhere else. Maybe it's the only one in the world. I mean, we've been talking about that the last couple of weeks. Some of the pink sapphire and the aquamarine.
We live in a great place here, and because of all the great amount of all the traffic and all the interesting things, people who are our vendors love to send us unique products. So because we really show off some of these pieces to people who can really appreciate them. So yeah, we're very lucky to have different pieces like this. There's another piece actually.
Oh, look at this.
There's more. There's another one, only one in the U.S. that is done with their famous alligator motif, and it's called the mystery clock. You can't even see the movement. It just looks like it's floating in the air. Again, one of one, and we'll have that one here through probably the end of August.
And then what is the band made
So
of?
this is a black alligator.
Oh
of course.
my gosh, of course.
Of course to go along
Oh,
with.
that is so neat. I mean, wearable art, very fun. Is there an emerald?
Yep, good eye. Emerald eyes.
Emerald eyes.
Uh-huh.
The alligator. Okay, amazing. All right, every time I come here, I learn something new. I see something very unique. Maybe you can only find it here in the world. Betteridge, Fine Watches Jewelry since
1897 we've been around. So we've been around quite some time. We have Aspen, Palm Beach, Greenwich, Connecticut's the home store, and then of course here in Vail. We're here 10 to 6, Tuesday through Saturday.
Okay, the topic is Cartier. Lance is the expert, of course. Come on in and stop and see what else they have. They have beautiful items at Betteridge, located in Solaris.
Oh my gosh, seriously, you two, wow, like just incredible. Thank you so much to Lance and to Trisha. Talk about, that alligator. I mean, alligators, panthers, tanks. I'm in for all of it. I will take one of each, but so incredibly cool how exclusive your collection is. So again, if you want to go in and find a piece that's going to be with you for generations to come, this is the place to do it. So thank you again to Trisha and Lance. I just never disappoints. Betteridge. They're located right in Solaris. Oh my gosh. I think we should take a look at what's happening with your local weather forecast. Great shopping weather this afternoon because we are expecting to see some showers moving in. And somebody that knows a lot about that weather is my buddy Ty Diaz. Now, as we head out there, Ty, okay, first of all, you've moved locations again. You're like the location ninja. Like you're just always on the move.
I am happy to do these rounds, and later on today, provided that the sprinkles and the showers don't come down as yet, that I'll come right back through here on my longboard to check out what's happening in Avon. We have the Possibilities and Weekly Art Expo, and as you can see behind me, plenty of movement going on, setting up shop. And as we were discussing the weather, right back there is Darren Skanson. He says, Ty, you have the demeanor of a weatherman or a weather person. We'll figure out what that means. But let's take a look at the weather right now. Here's the temperatures right now, starting the morning off in the 50s. Clouds overhead, still having some haze in our atmosphere. This weather is brought to you by Possibilities at Avon Weekly Art Expo. Discover your next masterpiece. Go to avonpossibilities.com. Make your way to this location right here in the heart of Avon, no matter what the weather brings. But between 11 and 4 is where you'll catch art, jewelry, clothing. You'll find the featured artist, Lori Dunn, and her unique style of photography here as she transforms photographs of insects into modern meditative digital collages and sculptures as the temperatures make their way into the mid to upper 70s today. We're looking for those showers also to come through later on. We're looking at that almost 50% chance, but otherwise ideal temperatures right now, and even right there in the 70s, as Trisha was sharing earlier in the show open, and I mentioned yesterday, we've seen some hot days around here, and a lot of us said, I didn't move here for the 90s. I could have stayed, well, wherever those people were from. But we are starting to see those temperatures around here. It is summertime, but we're not going to experience the 90s today, as you see the forecast there. When will it return? Now let's take a look at the next couple of days. Now, we're seeing the showers in the forecast for today. It rolled in earlier in the forecast, and as we discussed, setting up the week this past weekend, tomorrow being Thursday, we're looking for the sun to return. There it is. And temperatures in the mid to lower 80s right there. Clear skies, still a slight chance of showers right there. The percent in the teens, as you can see. And then we also look at our Friday, our Saturday, Sunday with a dance of weather. Maybe this haze in our atmosphere will clear out. Let's hope. Let's get those western fires under control. Let's hope and find some ideal temperatures. Someone's walking up behind me. There's the man right there. Darren Skanson. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning.
This is the art show director. Tell us about what's happening and what we're looking forward to today. Darren, welcome to Vail Daily Live.
Are you doing the weather?
Oh, we did the weather, but you can tell us.
I want to do the weather.
Do the weather.
It's perfect out. It's a little bit overcast. It's going to be a beautiful day. The temperatures are going to be perfect, and we're going to have the biggest Avon, Possibilities in Avon Weekly Art Expo that we've ever had. There's going to be 15 booths of artists here, jewelry, painting, sculpture, some clothing as well. You see in the background, these folks are from California.
People are already shopping, just walking by, checking out the rack as we're setting up shop out here.
That's right.
The shopping's begun.
11 to 4 today on Possibilities Plaza right here in Avon. So I hope you come on out. It's the perfect day to come out since you're not going to be doing some other things. It's being a little cooler, so looking forward to seeing you. We also have some music today. Some music today. We have rockabilly legend Ricky Dean is going to be here from 12 to 2 today. So if you like some rockabilly music, he's going to be here playing from 12
What
to
a
2.
great day to change your plans and to get out in these ideal temperatures today. Those showers are in the forecast. We still kind of enjoy the weather and the temperature for what it brings. And 11 to 4, that's your window.
Absolutely.
But talking with Darren off camera, we were kind of connecting the dots of last year and this year as a show, and how through the pandemic and COVID-19, how your shows endured.
Yeah, I was actually just talking to the Vail Daily about this yesterday, is that last March 15th, I sent out a message to my artists. I said, you are the people that are about hope and beauty. And if you're not going to be the people about hope and beauty, who is? It has to start with us, the artists. So last year we did 5 art shows in 6 weekends at the end of the summer in September. And we brought that hope and beauty to people. And you know what? We're coming out of it now, folks. And it's time to celebrate life with hope, beauty. That's what art is.
Art, there it is. Therapy, hope, beauty, and healing as we recover and get back to normalcy. Yes, sir. And art and this show has defined a new normal by surviving.
That's right. We survived. That is the new normal. We're here.
Thank you, Darren, very much.
Thank
And that's
you.
a look at your weather, brought to you by Possibilities in Avon Weekly Art Expo. Discover your next masterpiece. Go to avonpossibilities.com. Now back to you.
I got to get to work. See ya.
All right. Thank you, Ty. And thank you, Darren. Again, that starts at 11 o'clock today in Avon. You can see them getting all set up. So cool to see that kind of behind the scenes there. And it's going to be going until 4 o'clock today. So Ty with all the great information in Avon. That's really cool. Now, seeing that we have this really beautiful weather and, it's just kind of nice and mild out there, had a little bit of that cloud cover, especially with days like today, it definitely makes you want to get outside. And if you happen to live down Valley, or maybe you haven't spent any time in Eagle or Gypsum, days like this are so perfect for getting out. And, yesterday I saw Ken was on the show and he was at the Eagle River Park. And that's really like a great spot to go and just kind of sit back, relax, enjoy, a picnic and see, the kids like doing some floating down the river or just your buddies, surfing. But they have some live music and some events that are happening in Eagle. So if you haven't been yet, the show downtown, this happens on Thursdays. So not necessarily today, but tomorrow, mark your calendars. Free live music. Once again, the show downtown, it starts at 6:30, gates open at 5:30, and it's at the Eagle Town Park. Totally free. Bring a blanket, bring a low chair, and just like kick back, relax, bring the kids, bring the dogs on a leash, bring some beverages, and get ready for 10 Years Gone. It's a Led Zeppelin cover band that's going to be taking the stage tomorrow night. But this series goes all the way until August 12th. So if you would like to, to check it out, it's really, really fun. Totally free. And Eagle has a lot going on. So in addition to the show downtown, the Eagle River Park, they have the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo coming up, but also the Eagle Farmers Market and Art Show will be taking place on the 16th. So that will be something to put on your calendar if you want to get some, just delicious, locally homegrown goods, and also, just to be in a whole different atmosphere. That's going to be taking place again on the 16th. And then they'll have yoga in the park coming up on the 18th. And then, of course, we have the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo that's going to be taking place for next weekend. So eagleoutside.com is where you can get all of the information that's taking place in Eagle, but really a charming town full of history and full of really cool events. And, when it comes to cool events, one more time, I'm just going to talk about how cool Trisha is. Like, girl has got the social calendar that I think we all envy, right? And especially in this valley, because there's so many just really niche things that are taking place. And if you happen to be a foodie, Hyatt at Vail, it's really this place where you can go and not only, of course, enjoy a luxurious stay, but they've really amped it up when it comes to their events. So they have Yappy Hour tonight from 4 to 6 p.m. You can bring your best friend, dog beer, they have, some dog treats, and you get to, kick back and enjoy cocktails with your four-legged friends. But if you want something that's a little bit more elevated, they have this Hyatt dinner series. And of course, Trisha had a chance to go to the first one. And so let's take a look at how this all went down.
Hello everyone, we are here at the Grand Hyatt Vail, and I am with guest chef Dickie Brennan as well as guest chef Richard Brennan. They're out here from Louisiana. They're going to be showing us some southern flavors tonight. How you guys doing, gentlemen?
Man, so good to be in Vail. Grand Hyatt is killing it. We're glad to be here.
Can't wait to come back for ski season.
Oh yeah.
So we were very excited to have you guys out here tonight for this Celebrity Chef series, which is starting off tonight, and it's going to be running throughout the entire summer. And tell me a little bit about your history, Dickie.
You know, our families lived the American dream. I mean, came, I guess, back in the late 40s, got into the restaurant business. So Richard would be fourth generation. So it's nice to see the younger generation keeping the tradition going. But you know, I can't think of a better city in the world to be in the restaurant business than New Orleans. I mean, you know, it's right there in the Mississippi River. We've got the greatest resources, seafood and land, and just there are not many 300-year-old cities in in America. So I mean, we've got rich history, and it's every culture. I mean, it's African, it's Italians, it's Irish, it's German, it's French, and it just has created a wonderful cuisine with all those wonderful products. We're glad to bring some up here.
I can't wait to try some of these flavors. I've looked at the menu. I saw that you have some Gulf Coast oysters coming, so I'm really excited about that. I'm a big oyster guy.
Oh
here.
yeah?
Good.
Yeah, all about it.
Right behind you.
I love it. I'm the guy at the raw bar at all times, so yeah, big fan.
We might have brought a few extra for in case people like you that just eat. It's good. We got plenty.
Excellent. So what are you most excited for on the menu, Richard?
Oh man, well, Chef, he pulled in some local sea bass. Striped bass, which looked really nice and fresh.
Excellent. I got some Cajun flavors on the table all around. I can't wait to try some of that out. What about you, Dickie? What are you most excited for about this meal?
You know, what we brought was fresh and at its peak. So we have Gulf shrimp. We have some beautiful crab meat. We brought our andouille sausage that Richard makes from scratch. So it's things that are peaking, and I hope everybody's gonna enjoy a feast.
All right, so there's a really popular dessert, southern dessert, that is tied to your family name. Well, what was it exactly again? Could you guys remind me of that?
Bananas fossa. It's simplicity at its best. It's the simplest thing in the world, and we're all, our family, we're just amazed that people enjoy it. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's really kind of one of those things that it's been very good to the Brennans. But so it's fun to tell the story and prepare it, and everybody tends to enjoy it. So it's so we said we'd do that. I never do banana fossa, so let's do it. We're gonna be outside. We'll do a flambe.
It's back. The 81st Annual Eagle County Fair and Rodeo rides into town July 21st through the 24th. Enjoy the thrill of the Great Northern Affair Carnival rides daily. Great food, live music, 4-H exhibits, and more. Plus all the action of the PRCA Pro Rodeo. Friday and Saturday nights, kick up your heels with country singing sensation Buck Ford. Don't miss the action. Get your tickets online now for the Eagle County Fair and Rodeo.
Anybody else really hungry after seeing the the amazingness that Sean put together? You see Trisha like sitting at the table at Grand Hyatt Vail for that dinner series. So if you are interested in some of the just the Creekside dinners that they're going to be doing them through September 2nd. And the next one is tomorrow night with Chef Orlando Benavides from Denver. And they do 30 seats per dinner, and it's right there along the creek, along Gore Creek, and you saw that beautiful setting. So if you were interested, you can contact the resort for details. But that Creekside dinner series just looked exquisite. So taking place through September 2nd. And if you're going to be on the creek today, you know, we have big news in the paper today about how some of the closures have been lifted if you're going to be on the rivers and doing some fly fishing on the upper Colorado. And so I figured we should probably talk about Costas, right? This is a brand that was created by fishermen, for fishermen, and also for people that just want to protect their eyes in style. And you can find them over at Eyepieces of Vail, really creating the art of vision, right? It's not just like your average shop. You can go in, you can find great sunglasses, you can get your prescription filled when it comes to, you know, creating a new frame for your face, and also just getting it updated so that you can read, so that you can see while you're out there driving, and also look great at the same time. So with Costas, you know, again, created by fishermen, lifetime warranty on these bad boys, which I think is super cool. All of their styles are available in prescription, and they also have the most lightweight glass polar lens on the market. So really ideal for getting on the river. And this one in particular is the Blackfin, and it's a gray base tint that has a blue mirror. It is the darkest lens that they make. So like with Ty was saying with our weather, you know, we are going to be seeing more bright sunshine as we get into the weekend, the beginning of next week. So ideal for those conditions. And it has, you know, it's preferred for fishermen that are out on a lot of open water, like lakes and oceans. And it also has a sport specific frame fit. So the frame is wrapped, so it's a little bit more grippy for being out there on the water and being active. But again, you can find so many different brands, so many different styles at Eyepieces of Vail, and they have just a wealth of locations. They have 7 locations. You're going to find them here in the Vail Valley, and then also they have a new location in Snowmass, and they're incredible. They've been in business for forever in the valley. So if you haven't been before, Eyepieces is where it's at. Now that we're talking about having that sunshine in the forecast later on in the week, we should probably talk about what's happening for today. And so let's send things out to my girl, Trisha, Girl About Town, that has the social calendar that we're all excited about. So tell us about what the weather is looking like. You still have your layer on this morning.
Yeah, I still have the layer on. You know, the sun didn't come and really warm us up too much this morning, but it's really mild. I mean, I probably don't really need the jacket, especially if I was going to be walking around. We're on the trail along the Gore Creek with the covered bridge behind us, and the cloud cover is still holding on. Really no breaks in it, at least in Vail proper. You know what's funny about the weather is with our valleys, our peaks and valleys, we can't quite see what's beyond the horizon. So maybe, you know, maybe Ty's seen blue sky, maybe there's seen blue sky down in Eagle, but you just can't see it here. So right now we feel like we're just kind of trapped, but right now no rain producing clouds. That really won't happen until this afternoon. We have a pretty good chance of rain later this afternoon, and then the next couple of days look like they're going to be pretty warm. Right now, if we're looking at temperatures, 55 in Eagle and Vail, 57 in Edwards, and 57 for Avon. And then our temperatures are going to inch up a little bit, but really not much past the 70s. Maybe down valley, it'll feel a little bit warmer. And then as we look at the next couple of days, pretty nice. You know, it's just, we can't really complain about the weather here. We've got such nice weather, such low humidity, not a lot of bugs. So we're literally lucky to have the climate that we have. And it really allows us to enjoy the outdoor dining, the outdoor concerts that we're going to see, the outdoor performances like Bravo. So we're once again very lucky. No matter what, I want to thank Liv Sotheby's International Realty for this weather report. Contact one of their local professionals to help you live the life you love.
Oh, thank you, Trisha. I mean, you can hear the Gore Creek behind you. And it's such a good point about the bugs. Growing up in the South, I tell you what, I do not miss those bugs, like not even a little bit. And being around here, I think the most bugs that like I run into are probably like on the bike path, every now and then, like if you're riding at dusk, you get those little like swarms of gnats and stuff. But like that's like about it.
Yeah. Last night when I was hosting the Stars Variety Show, there was like this bug. You got the bright lights, and this bug kept on coming towards my forehead, and I got the microphone, and I can't shake it, and I'm like, "Is that a mosquito?" Every once in a while, we see mosquitoes up here, not very often, but kind of more when you're around standing water, like a piney lake, or some of the different alpine lake trails, and then sometimes you get the black flies, and those are not fun.
Mm-mm. No, no, no. It's been a while since I've encountered one of those guys. But we are going to check back in with you here in just a minute to kind of wrap up the show. But first, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're talking to Ty about his dance moves. Get ready.
We're for the fashion forward and budget minded. We've got the brands that set you apart, the style to make you stand out, the looks that let you shine. We are for the dreamers, the doers, and the savers. Outlets at Silverthorne. Elevate your savings. Save up to 70% on the best designer brands. Visit outlets@silverthorne.com for current sales and events.
Something super random. I, had some friends that were just asking me where to go to get jewelry repaired if you're in the Vail Valley. And I have to say a big shout out to Carrots and to Dan Talene. I just had my engagement ring. One of the prongs got bent. Long story, but I was like, oh my gosh, I do not want to lose my diamond here. And I brought it into Carrots and they repaired it for me. It's back in beautiful shape. Like they did such a gorgeous job. And they have been creating not only like helping to fix jewelry, but they've been creating heirlooms since 1970. And Dan is he's such a character, and he's someone that works so hard, and his understanding of jewelry and the way it all comes together is just fascinating. I love talking to him about that. And he's created a one of a kind piece for my mom, for me, for her birthday a couple years ago. And then I also ended up getting a vintage belt buckle that he had made in the 70s for my dad. He was doing a 50th anniversary special, and I went in and he showed me these belt buckles. They're so cool, and the detail on them. Anyway, he's always got the latest and greatest when it comes to different artists. We just had Carolyn Tyler in town, but really, really cool shop if you haven't been in before. And, let's take one last look at that local weather forecast. Because of Carrots, they are providing us this look. And basically, like what Trisha and Ty have been saying all day long is that we have that cloud cover. We do have some moisture on the way this afternoon. So bring that rain jacket with you later on. Get out early if you can. And you just saw that high for Vail switch to 68 for today. It's going to be really mild and slightly cool. And then, as we get through the day, you'll see it like if you're going to be going down valley, like toward Eagle, high of 76 there. So there's always about a 10-degree difference between Vail and Eagle. And Edwards, kind of right there in the middle, 71 degrees for the high. And for Avon, 72. But just a low wind speed, looking at that moisture coming in, so exciting to see that moisture back in the forecast consistently. And then as we get into the later part of the week and into the weekend, things really dry out. We see some dry sunshine. We see some sunshine back in full force by Saturday and Sunday, and those highs returning into the 80s. So thank you so much to Carrots, again, creating those heirlooms since 1970. No, somebody that I think of as an heirloom, as someone that we will treasure for generations to come, is my buddy Ty Diaz. And Ty, while we were taking our commercial break, you sent me a picture of you and Twitch from Ellen. When was this picture taken? Tell me about this.
So Trisha was sharing with you, I guess, Gypsum Days, and then she listed a lot of big names that rolled through these events, and then she tied Twitch being associated with some other performers. And this was taken during the dance festival that happened at the Gerald Ford Amphitheater, Dance TB. And I'm guessing Trisha would probably remember best 2010, 2012, somewhere in that window, when Twitch came through, before he became one of the co-hosts and hosts of the Ellen DeGeneres Show. Yeah, that's us on stage at the end of Dance TV during the dance festival over at Vail. And really a lot of fun. Me and his crew, and I mean, we had all the other dancers that were popular at the time from Dance TV, like the Jabberwockies, and I'm trying to remember all the show names, but they were all there. We all had a great time, and for the week long of that event. But speaking of events, just take a look here in Avon. Bustling, as you know, we have the Possibilities of Avon and art that's taking place today, as well as the Avon Live free music concert that's happening over at Nottingham Park, not too far from where I'm standing. Andy Frosco and the UN taking the stage this evening. The park opens at 5 o'clock, going until 8:45, and with the opening act of Sugar Moon. Now, if you're making your way to Avon today for this show at the park, as well as the art on this plaza, you can find parking around town, street parking available, as well as public transportation. This is where the buses pull on through. You can utilize that. Take your bike, do a walk, longboard on in, and catch everything waiting for you. I'm sharing with you what's happening behind the scenes as we're looking at Possibilities in Avon, the weekly art expo where you can discover your masterpiece. And it's starting to come together. You'll find live music here as well. So don't miss out on the opportunity to enjoy ideal temperatures, cooler temperatures with the clouds overhead, not that beaming sun. Take a break from the sun and enjoy some of this overcast, and come in here and discover jewelry, find some photography, some sculpture, some clothing, as this whole thing comes together out here in Avon. So don't miss out on other shows, and bring your dance moves. Maybe we'll see Twitch out here. Ashley, what, are you going to make your way down here today?
Oh, no, I totally am. And actually, Ty, so to kind of piggyback on what you were just saying about, the different artists that you're going to find, earlier in the show, you were talking about Julie Dunn,
yes,
who does the insect art. And we actually have an interview with her that kind of goes more in depth about that art. So we're going to take a quick look at that, and then we'll go back to wrap up the show. So yeah, let's take a look.
Hi everyone, we are at the Possibilities in Avon Weekly Arts Expo. Joining me now, we have Lori Dunn, and she is with Lori Rose Photography, and she's a very interesting story behind her art. And a lot of people would come up and just think, oh, it's the kaleidoscope effect, I wonder how they did it, but these are actually photographs and photographs of insects that you've kind of manipulated into different shapes, sizes, colors, and then they have an amazing finish. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so I start by photographing different insects. So for example, this is a moth, and I'll take just a little section of that photograph and begin to repeat and rotate it in Photoshop until I get a design that I'm happy with.
Wow. So taking a look at this, you see almost like eyes, and then different colors from the wings of the moth. Wow, that is gorgeous. And who knew that you could come up with this idea? All right, what's this one?
This one up here is actually a praying mantis, and you can actually see this little praying mantis head and its little arms right there.
Oh, wow. So I'm sure that that's the common reaction. Wow. What is that?
Yeah. I always like watching people's faces once they figure it out. They have that aha moment.
Yeah, because it does resemble. You could see different parts that you recognize from that species and everything. Here's another one. This one caught me off surprise. First, if you look at, if I could take this, the photo composite first. Oops. And then, yep, you can see the yellow in there, but then the shape is so different. So it really is interesting how you're able to do this. And not only in this form, but then you also have kind of this 3D version. Now, what was this before?
So in the three-dimensional ones, I'm still using insects. So this is a butterfly, and then I take the actual photograph itself and I fold it into a three-dimensional shape. It's mounted onto aluminum backing, and then it's coated in resin, which is what gives it that glass-like quality.
Okay, all right. And then all shapes and sizes. We've got some more over here. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite insect? Or
it changes monthly, but my most recent piece I finished was this one.
Oh, wow.
This is called a shield insect. So you can see the little veins in the wings, and then also on the shell.
Okay, so once again, there's the actual photograph, and then she takes that and makes it into this. And then tell us about this finish, the kind of that resin, that shiny finish. I love that.
So everything I do, I print on a metallic photo-based paper, and then it's mounted onto cradled boards, so it's ready to go on the wall. And then it's coated in resin again, which is what gives it that kind of iridescent finish.
So it's ready to go. All right, and you're based out of?
Out of Denver.
All right.
Yeah.
And you've been doing art shows for?
About the last 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you like about meeting the people and explaining your creativity?
It's just so nice to actually be out in the world talking to other people about my work and kind of feeding off of that energy and watching them kind of take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for creating this. It's really fun. If we want to follow you, what's the best way to do so?
You can visit my website and sign up for my mailing list, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's at Lori R. Dunn.
Okay, or find her right here at Possibilities in Avon Weekly Art Expo.
All right. Again, that starts at 11 o'clock today in Avon. So if you want to see Lori and her art in person, you can do that. And we need to wrap things up. We are out of time. We're over time. So let's really quickly bring Trisha back in here. And Trisha, I mean, how cool to see that art up close and personal. I mean, seriously, your social schedule, girl, amazing.
I mean, you know what? You really, until you know what you're looking at, but it's just evident of how nature's paintbrush. It's so amazing what these insects, how they're designed and the colors, and I'm sure there's a purpose for every color and different shade out there. But then what she was able to do with it is so cool. So yeah, stop by. She'll be the featured artist today. But hey, one more thing that's going on that I noticed, the Run and Rosé event happening. That'll be this afternoon, and it's free. So it's a social walk or run. It'll be from 5 to 6:30, a 3K, which isn't very long, 1.5 miles or so, and then the 5K, about 3.1 miles. And it's going to be along the Eagle River and right around Nottingham Lake. So that might be a good thing to do, the Run and Rosé, before heading to the Avon Live concert. You can get a little exercise, socialize, and then go dance.
I mean, yep, this is why you're like our social calendar planner, because you know all these things. That's exactly how we should do that. I feel like go to the Avon and Possibilities Art Expo, then go run, get the rosé, listen to live music. Like, Trisha, what would we do without you? Honestly.
I know. I mean, running for rosé, that's a good incentive for sure.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, listen, we are going to wrap things up with you. Looking gorgeous out there. Thank you so much for all the great information. And we'll let you scooch on out of there and start the rest of your day. I'm sure you have a giant social calendar to attend to. And Ty, well, let's bring you back in one more time and say goodbye to you. Thank you. I mean, what a cool way to show off Avon and see the behind the scenes of everything getting set up. And what's on your calendar for today?
Bring your inner child. Come out here, find the enchantment, the inspiration. Being behind the scenes, checking out all this reminds me of growing up in White Plains, New York, whenever art shows would happen. It just brings out that newness, that refreshing side, that burst of wow factor, and that's where I'll be coming through here later on today. But Ashley, we need a title for you. You just called Trisha the ninja. She's been the girl about town, the planner. I mean, she has all these titles, but we need a title for you for coming up with titles. Numerous titles and numerous hats and titles for you too. It's been a fun show.
We should challenge the chat to come up with something nice, chat.
All right, chat, come up with some titles for Ashley.
Oh man, Ty, seriously, I love our mornings together. I wish I could be out there with you, but this is the next best thing. So thank you for all that great information, just making me laugh and getting the cars to honk, and you're just the best. All right, we're gonna let you go and carry on with your day. But if you want to be involved in the conversation, if you want to help give me some nice nicknames, join us on the chat on Facebook and YouTube. And again, you can also find us on Roku, on Amazon Fire. We are on Spotify as a podcast. You can find us on vaildaily.com, vaildailylive.com. So many places. But thanks so much for joining us. Make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you back here live at 7 a.m. tomorrow.